welcome back to another episode of On Assignment for Alignment with Ayu Naima. Today I have the probably most special guest I'll ever have featured on my show. My best friend Kyla is here all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah, she came to Texas to fuck with a real bitch. But yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself, sister. Tell us your name, if you want to say your age, your favorite hobby, if you're excited to be in Texas or whatever.
Hey y'all, my name is Kyla and I'm just so excited to be on my best friend's podcast. I listen to her podcast all the time, so she just inspires me so much, and I'm just excited to chat with y'all to, talk about certain things. And a little backstory on me. I am a licensed esthetician. I specialize in facials, so I'll make sure to, plug in all my information at the end.
Yeah, I definitely will be putting her information in the description box. It's very valuable. My good sis really, look at my skin. She keep me right. She let me know, y'all, let me tell you something. This bitch is funny. I've been doing my skincare. Y'all should been watching me do my skincare, and I'm like, girl, I know how to do my skincare. You taught me well. Leave me alone. She knows. Yeah, I know how to get me right. All right, y'all. So today we're going to be talking about femininity and our femininity journey. This inspiration from this episode came from Carmen. I don't know if that's her real name, but I know that's her name on Instagram. She asked me to do a video on my femininity journey, and I was like, well, this is the perfect one to do with Kyla because we kind of been on our femininity journey together. So and then also the points that we are going to be making in this podcast episode come from an article on lifehack.org. And I'm going to be posting that article in the description box as well because I ain't no plagiarizing ass bitch. So, yeah. So we're going to start with our first topic of femininity. How do you feel your journey with being humble and having humility has been, as far as your femininity journey? Yeah.
Woo,
gotcha.
Yeah. Ooh, I think for me, femininity, for one, it is just being comfortable in your sexuality, whatever that looks like for you. I feel like men possess femininity just as well as women, so sure. I definitely think that it's just something that comes from within. It's something that it does come from within, but it's something that you gain on your journey, it's something that you pick up from listening to podcasts or being out with your girlfriends and things of that nature. So for me, I think that I possess most of my femininity from my mom. She is just a very poised woman, but she's a
Cancer, y'all.
Yeah, and she's a Cancer. So I gained a lot of that from her, just growing up. I grew up with a young mom, so she was very I didn't realize that I had a young mom until I hit middle school, but that's a story for another day. But she just always, possessed this sensual, she was just she's a very sexy woman. Yeah. So she will always just get hit on and things like that. And the way that she carried herself, it wasn't what's the word? She wasn't super promiscuous, if that makes sense. It was just this poise that she gave off that just, I don't know, it exuded just femininity.
Do you feel like you got, because you're a very humble person, I get a lot of my tips on being humble and gaining humility from you. Do you feel like you've got that trait from your mom? How do you feel like she helped you with being humble and remaining a person with lots of humility and just treating people with kindness and shit like that?
I think more so being comfortable with yourself, being able to be comfortable around a lot of beautiful women and understanding we all possess our own sexual or sensual qualities, and not to be in competition with other people. My mom is somebody who And that's something that I still like struggle with because, you know, social media, it is hard to get caught up in like the trends and like comparing yourself and things like that. But something that I just took away from her is just like to just never compare yourself and like always understand that the only person that you're in competition with is yourself and the person that you was yesterday. So just try to like be comfortable in your skin. I mean, I know that's easier said than done, but it can be done, you know, and give yourself grace and just love on yourself. Do little things, pamper yourself, you know, take yourself out. Like my mom was a huge advocate on like, you know, taking yourself out, whether, you know, you go get your nails done or whether you just do your nails at home. Like we didn't always have money like that. So doing little things like spa days at home, you know, so yeah, I think that's just one thing that she taught me, like.
For sure. I feel like for me, in my femininity journey, being humble was like one of the hardest things for me to do. But I know where it stemmed from. It stemmed from, you know, like me being teased for like being ugly back in the day. Like it made me get into my womanhood, and like once I started growing into my looks, it made me just want to flaunt it and just be super like cocky about it. And it's like now I'm like in a space where I'm like, I don't gotta do all that shit. I really could just chill and silence on the bitch. You know? And also just like having you as a best friend, like it just showed me that like, you know, you really don't have to do too much. You really can just chill, you know, and like know that you are who you are from the inside. You don't have to put yourself out there to a point where you have to like prove yourself to other people. Like it's not necessary. It's not, you know, when you know who you are, you know who the fuck you are, period. And that's how I feel like my journey has been with like humility and stuff. And I just like, I've had to learn how to just be gentle with myself. Like, yeah, you was teased, but that shit don't define who you are as a person, you know? And I really had to just come to terms with that. Like, girl, you were teased, but that, it don't matter. It don't matter anymore, you know? Like, and of course, those are going to be scars and wounds that live with me for forever, really. They still affect me to this day, but it's like, I don't have to let it, you know, I could just allow myself to remain who I am. Like, you're a beautiful girl. You're a beautiful woman inside and out. And, like, let that be known within yourself, you know? Like, you don't have to do too much. Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to seek validation from no.
Period. And that's easier said than done for sure. But, like, being able to, like, recognize it and work on it and understand that, like, just chill. And, like, people that's really for you, they'll be attracted to you, you know? And yeah, just as far as just me being gentle with myself, I gotta constantly remind myself, like in my head, like just chill, relax, like be gentle with yourself, cause nobody gonna love you like you. So you gotta be gentle with you the way that you want other people to be gentle with you. So how do you feel your journey with being gentle with yourself has been?
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm kicking up some questions. No, let me tell y'all, because she was like, we need a script. No, we don't. Let me do my job.
I was a little nervous because I'm just like, you know, I want to make sure like we hit points, because me and Ayo, like we talk. So it's just like, but we'll get like off track. So I'm like, I just want to make sure, you know. But my journey with being gentle with myself. I'm still on that journey. It is a journey. But like you say, you know, the journey is the destination. So like, I truly believe that. I think that like being okay with like not fully being okay with yourself is it's okay. You know, like
that's
I feel like
I like that.
Just because like for me, a lot of times like I am so hard on myself, and I feel like all of us are. You know, like we as humans, like we know what we have to do in order to be the best version of ourselves, but it's just like doing it. Yeah. That shit, it'll take a motherfucker out. Like,
take me out.
Damn, like you
mean
to
that much. Take me out.
Like, you want me to do what? Like, I gotta cut out this, I gotta do that in order to be like sane for myself. It's like, pass the bottle. But we'll handle that later. But I think the biggest thing is to take time for yourself, to go on little dates by yourself. Like, that's something. And you know, I grew up only child. I do have siblings on my father's side, but my mother, you know, she only had me. So I grew up with just my mom, and like I grew up with a young mom too at that. So it's like that journey alone, you know, I see my mom struggle and like go through a lot of things, but one thing that I can say, like, she truly like took the initiative to like show self-love for herself. Definitely. And that's just something that will always stick with me. Like I say, just going back to like self-care, like pampering. And I think that's another reason why I got into the whole aesthetics type of, you know, career field, just because like I appreciate being able to treat people and being able to like give them like that sense of like I can just relax, you know. I don't have to like worry about the outside world and work or kids or anything else. I can literally just be in this moment and like be pampered. So I just, I think just like, pampering and all of those things are just very key to being gentle with yourself, because it's a journey. I'm not gonna lie, it's a journey.
It's a hell of a journey too. And it's so crazy because it's like I learned a lot about like being gentle with myself from like our conversations, because like I'll come to you with something that I'm going through and you be like, Ayo, like, girl, you gotta show yourself some compassion, like be empathetic towards yourself, be gentle with yourself, because at the end of the day, like, you can't beat yourself up about that shit. So let it go as much as you can, because you know, it's easier said than done. But just like let it go and like allow yourself to just bask in the fact that you're a human being and you're gonna make mistakes. And it's okay, because it's like you don't even understand like how much you have inspired me on my gentleness journey, to the point where like I was in group therapy one time, and when I was in the army, and I wanted to I shared with the group, I was like, y'all, I give myself hugs, like even occasionally I do it now, like when I'm on my walks and stuff in the morning, I give myself a hug, like, Ayo, like, you doing a good job. Yesterday was yesterday. The journey is the destination. And as long as you continue to remember that, this about to piss me off, this little noise that it's making. But if you enjoy, you know, the fact that you're a human being and nothing is going to be perfect, and the point of living is to learn, you'll be all right. You'll be alright, you know what I'm saying? And just like learn to uplift yourself in those moments where you feel like everything is doomed, or like, you know, those moments, those humps where you feel like it's gonna be impossible to get over, because it's never impossible, bitch. You get over everything. You've gotten over. Look how far you've come in 26 years. You know, so it's like I try to keep that as like a something in my mind, like look back at that and allow that to be a source of energy for you to uplift yourself, you know? So my next question is, you know, how do you, what has your journey been like with uplifting yourself and allowing that to like reflect and uplift others? And you can even relate it to like, your individual journey, your self-love journey, your femininity journey, and then just in your business too, because you know, you look at your business as a way of giving back to people, you know. So yeah, definitely share with us. Yeah, give us some tips, Esty.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay.
I'm good at my job.
Yeah, she's very good at her job.
Okay, put me on the
spot. So some tips. I think for me personally, being now a single woman, you know, I think that, because for one, a lot of times, like I said, like we seek validation from other people, and like we want, like, you know, like we want this person to love us, or to like give us like all the things that we genuinely yearn for. But I think taking initiative to give that to ourselves, you know. For me, I love like meditation. Like, it's something that I am still struggling with, but I know that that's something that just like it keeps me zen, and it helps me to like really cultivate this person that I know that I am within myself, but I'm just not there yet, you know, mentally. So meditation is like really key for me. I love walks, you know. She knows my love language. I love, you know, watching the sunset, watching the sunrise, things like that. Also just like spending time with your friends.
Yes.
Like we spoke on that, like taking the time to like spend time with your friends and like
making time for them.
Yes, making time for them, because everybody, they have their own thing and like kids, careers, school, like things like that, but taking the time to like spend time with your loved ones is so important, because I didn't really like take that very seriously at a point in time, because growing up as an only child too, I feel like, you know, you get in that headspace, I can do it by myself, you know, I'm good, like I can, but honestly just taking a step away from like that part of yourself and just being around people who like you can just let go of your problems and just be yourself. Like
that part.
I feel like that's so important. Those are like my big like 3 right now for me personally. As far as like my feminine energy and like tapping into that, I think you know, I'm a girly girl, you know, so I love to, you know, get my hair done. Like I like to do my makeup, you know, I love lashes, you know, get my nails done, things like that. But also not getting so consumed in that. Also just like loving yourself, like your natural self.
I said naturally.
They knew what the hell we meant.
Hey, yo!
That right there, we're gonna put that in a dictionary. That, like, being a fucking, like, excuse me, but being a natural woman, you know what I'm saying? Being a black woman, I feel like a lot of times, like, we are not, like, the social norm. Like, we're not, like, the social, like, the ideal girl, the it girl, you know?
We like the, this is how I like to explain it. Like, I got this from this girl named Saran on YouTube. She was like, we like the big brother, the big little brother of the world. Like, everybody look up to us, but everybody want to little girl us at the same time. Like, it's corny.
Facts. And I feel like just taking the time, because like me and Ayo, like we talk about like the struggles of just like having 4C hair and just like not feeling beautiful in that. And that's still like a struggle for me. Like I do want to get to a space where I'm like, I don't have to straighten my hair or have to like do certain styles to like make my hair straight or wearing the weaves and things like that. I haven't got there yet, but it's coming, you know. And but I do feel like super feminine though, like when I'm home by myself and like I'm like completely bare, my hair is all over the place, my nails are not done, my toes is chipped, my legs are hairy. It's just like, bitch, I'm human. And I'm a woman, and at that I'm a black woman. So it's just like
I'm the epitome of femininity. Period.
Right there. Yeah. So yeah. And then it's just as far as like my business, you know, I love just anything that deals with skin, anything that like just, I don't even know what I want to say, but just anything that just helps you feel good on the inside and exudes on the outside. Like I'm down boots for. So
my good sis, say she's into it.
Okay.
So I love that. I really do, especially like. Yeah, you did. You did. No, you're not all over the place. You answered it correctly. And I love that, like how you say like you just want to help people feel good, like from the inside out. And it's so crazy because it's like our missions are the same. But it's always been like that. Like our missions are the same, but just different lanes, you know. And like, you know, with my podcast, I want to make people know like it's okay, you know, like uplifting yourself is a process. It's not nothing that just happens overnight, bitch. We've been doing this for 26 years.
A long time.
Too motherfucking long, but yeah, we about that. We pushing P, okay, pushing 30. But yeah, I really admire that about both of us, is that like we want to make a difference in the world. It's never about me, you know, because I feel like both of us kind of know what it feels like to just, in a sense, like I know what it feels like to be ostracized. You know what it feels like to be alone and like to feel alone as far as like being an only child and stuff. So it's like, just so people don't feel like they alone. Like nobody want to feel like that. That shit is a lot to bear for one person. That's a big ass burden. So it's like the fact that we both are on these journeys to like uplift other people and make them feel good from the inside first. onto the outside is like such a beautiful thing. And it has allowed us to just be I would say very resilient. So like, how do you feel? Let me mix the question up a little bit. What do you feel like was the defining moment in your life that let you know that you were a resilient woman, a resilient Black woman, that like anything that life throws at you, you can make it into a positive and come out on top, and know that God got your back. Ooh. Yeah, Topanga.
Damn. Damn, son, what you find this? And I was like, oh, that's a good one, Ayo.
It literally is so good. Such a good answer.
And I don't want to make it like super like my traumatic issues that I've dealt with, but I think for me, it was like something traumatic that happened. Just as far as like being in a car accident, you know, and like my life literally like flashed before my eyes, and I'm just like, yo, I literally could have like lost my life, you know. And I think right there it just shifted the way that I thought, and like it just really shifted the way that I was moving, because you know, in a sense I could move like very arrogant and like, you know, like when
it happens.
You know, I'm just like, I'm that bitch, you know, and I still believe that, you know, and I feel like every woman, every person should feel that way. But life, God, the universe, like they have a very interesting way of humbling you and sitting you back down and allowing you to like reevaluate how you move and like how you go about things. And honestly, like I truly do feel like I have a pure heart, and I've always, you know, I always have and will continue to have a pure heart. And I just think that the way that I was moving wasn't in the purest form. And I feel like, you know, a lot of people, they can continue to go on life and live like this, you know, life of chaos and just whatever. But for people who are like super in tune and like, you know, I feel like, you know, like life just has a different way of just showing you and humbling you and allowing you to really sit down. So I think that moment of my life, it was just like God showing me, bitch, like I got something in store for you, but I need for you to like really listen to me. I really need you to like sit down and like listen, to what I'm trying to tell you, because it's important and it's gonna like really take you to the next level in your life. So unfortunately, it was a traumatic situation, but I definitely think that
it gave you some resilience, sister. Okay, I'm proud of you.
Okay, but what about you? Miss Boots.
Yeah, don't piss me off. As far as resilience, I feel like me just going to the Army is what really made me resilient. Like, it just was a wake-up call for me. It was like, girl, this is something that you, one, can't back out of. Two, you're not finna be up in here acting like no pretty princess. Like, you're not finna be wearing no lashes. You're not finna be, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, people talked about me in basic training. I got yelled at a lot of times, like, but it made me just want to, I understood my why. And it made me realize that having a why is very fucking important, because it's going to get you through everything. You know why you want to do this. You know what I mean? And now, like, even with my podcast, it's like, regardless of like how my views look, how my watch time look, how it's looking on the outside, I know that it's fulfilling me. And my why is to be fulfilled. My why is to pursue my dreams. And that's what's going to keep me going and being resilient within everything that I do. So, like, it showed me that being resilient starts with a strong why for me personally. Like, everybody resiliency is different. But for me, like, it's like, okay, have a why. But you wanna prove yourself to be everything that you know God put you here to be, then do that. You know, like that resiliency, that why. And it's like, I feel like that's what's gonna get me to the destination in the journey type of thing. Like, you know, my biggest goal with this, and it's like, I don't even know my biggest goal with this, to be honest. Like, I really don't. But just, you know, just seeing allow myself to see my way through and not give up, because, as you know, when I had my YouTube before, I definitely gave up on myself. And I remember you used to remind me, like, girl, you gonna be making money off YouTube? You used to always say, I was like, girl, the proof is not in the pudding, it's not giving. But now it's like your words stick with me now, and it's like, just keep going. So it's like, I'm definitely like on that type of time when it comes to resiliency. And then also like with my podcast now, and just like me being resilient, just not even just through this podcast, but just in life, what's driving my resiliency is being able to like learn how to trust my intuition. And it's been a journey, but I feel like I'm finally getting to a space where I can hear myself. I can hear the God in me. So what has like your intuition journey been like, as far as learning how to listen to yourself, and like, where do you feel like you at now with it, and just how do you give yourself grace on that journey? Because I know it's like easy to beat yourself up about not being able to follow your intuition. Like, bitch, I know you know better, but like that grace,
Yeah. Ooh, good question. Yeah. I think for me, like tuning out all of the nonsense, like taking the time to delete the apps, delete those apps, y'all. Take that time. Give it a week. Like, damn, like, because I just feel like it's information overload. Sometimes like social media is so, oh my gosh. It's just some things that's just like, it's just, I shouldn't even seen that, but it's like, I seen it, I done internalized it, now it's done fucked up my mood for the day. It's like, we need to delete her. What's going on? So, definitely like deleting the apps, and I'm not like a super like social, like I'm not a big social media girly anyway. I don't really post a lot. I'm not very consistent, and it's not that I can't be, it's just like I'm just not in that realm of my life right now. Like I appreciate the girlies who definitely like they step, you know what I'm saying, and they come with it. But for me, I feel like that also just feel like taking the time to pray. I'm not, and like my story with like finding God and like being just in that realm of like understanding like what God is like trying to tell me, and just like taking the time to give him grace and like thank him and things like that. For me, it was me getting baptized. That was like super big for me, because growing up, like as a Christian and things like that, I definitely had my reservations about certain things that were like happening in the church, and just like how things like were going about in the church house. So, I took a step back from all of that, just because I had my reservations about that. But, I don't know, just getting back to the word and like listening to what God has to tell me, because a lot of times, like we feel like we can like run from him, and everybody has like their own like beliefs and everything like that. I'm not trying to like push that on people, but for me, I just feel like I identify with being Christian, and I truly believe in his word, and I am just trying to get back to that space. I'm not fully there yet.
It's a journey.
It truly is.
Walking with God is a big journey, girl.
It's a huge journey. So now I'm just like that, listening to God, and just silencing myself, getting back into like meditating, and listening to myself, because a lot of times like we know the answer, like we know how we should maneuver and things like that, but we have too much noise around us us to like really like listen to like that one like tiny little voice that's like, no bitch like you knew better, but we don't want to listen to that, because it's just like, girl,
you're doing too much and you're overbearing.
Like I know what I'm doing, so but I think those are like the key points that help me tap into that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get into it, Topanga. I'm with you on that for sure.
What about you? Like, what's things that you do to help you tap into that?
To help me tap into my intuition, God. I always ask for the spirit of discernment. I've been praying. I pray for it every single day. Like, help me discern. Not even with other people, because it's not about other people. It's about me. Help me discern when to speak, when to shut up. You know, can I get some? Let me get that. Thank you, girl. You said it?
You said it?
I'm weak. I can't PG with my man. So yeah, so God be telling me when to speak, when it's not to speak, because you know me, I got a big mouth, and I'm trying to really change that. Like, just chill. Yeah. You know, like, everything is, I see it now, like, everything will be revealed in God's timing. You don't have to speak on everything. Everything not for you to speak on. Yeah. God, you over here think you gotta speak on everything, and God is God. He gonna handle it. Okay, he gonna do what he gotta do. Like, even, you know, with the whole situation with your accident and stuff, when I was like, oh, you know, I gotta call my friend, like, talk to her. God was like, don't speak, I'm working. I'm working. You don't gotta do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just like how when I go through stuff and, like, you know, we talk, but you don't be overbearing with me, because, you know, God working. Like, so it's like now I'm like finally waking up to that where I'm like, just relax. Everything is gonna, and you know the scripture that say, be still and know that I'm God. That's all you gotta do. Yeah. That's how you gotta do. Because the crazy thing about it is, like, God is always going to tell you when to move. You just always know. Like, even with me not working for damn near a year, and I got up and I was like, God is telling me, you need to get a job so you can get your life back together and get your house in order, really, so that you can start making the moves that you see that God sees you making. And I think that's why it's so important. Like, that's why I'm really proud of us for, like, taking our time out to spend by ourselves. Like, even no, we're not perfect. You know, we have our times of, like, giving in or just wanting to be around people because we're human. But we do make sure that we take that time to, like, be by ourselves. And bitch, you need to give yourself more credit for that, because I feel like sometimes you feel like you all over the place, but you're not. But yeah, we definitely give ourselves time to, like, be alone. We value our alone time, and, like, it gives us time to really listen to what God is telling us. Like, this how I need you to move in this season. And this how this season gonna treat you if you move the way that I tell you to move, and not bring your shit to other people until you figure it out. You know, until you allow me to figure it out for you, because I got your back. I got your back, babe. Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely, like, super proud of us on that. But just as far as intuition, like, God just he gonna handle it every time. All you gotta do is just shh. Even, like, now, like, with the situation that, like, I'm trying to pursue or whatever, like, I just allow God to tell me when to speak and when to shut up, because I know in the past, like, I've always spoke before I was sure, you know, and I just allowed my mouth to, like, get me in trouble. And, like, I've done self-sabotage so many situations by just talking and just not listening to what God is telling me, you know. Girl, and it's okay. But I think that the beautiful thing about being in your solitude and listening to your intuition and listening to God speak is the fact that, you know, it allows you to create space for honesty and how you truly feel, and being honest with yourself. Yeah, Topanga. That's the true tea. Like, being honest with you. They can't confront the girls are in front of them. The girls are lying to themselves on a daily. Through and through. Okay, trotting through. But yeah, like, it just gives me space to, like, be honest with myself first and foremost. And you know how we feel, like, everything starts from the inside. So if you honest with yourself, guess what? It ain't nothing to be honest with a bitch or a man. Like,
because I don't like it.
I
don't like you.
I don't like that at all.
Get out my
okay. So, yeah, like it just allows me to just keep that honesty in check. So, how do you feel your journey with like being honest with yourself has been, and then like allowing that to like reflect on how you be honest with the girls, you know, even down to family, down to friends, yeah, and just in your business shit.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. I love that. I love that transition. Like, she know what she doing. She that girl for real. Okay. So being honest with myself, like, how does that? Okay. So for me, I will start off by saying, like, a lot of time, well, this past summer, you know, I have been running for myself. I have been like,
oh, so you getting deep?
Yeah. You know, why not? You know, share a little story. Time with the girlies. No, like for me, I feel like a lot of times I haven't been honest with myself. I've literally just been running from myself, running from the truth, running from what it is that I need to tackle in my own personal life. And it's hard because, you know, like now, like living alone and like being out of a relationship and things like that, like those are things that I just don't want to come to terms with. And I don't want to like, what's the word that I'm looking for? I just don't want to come to terms with. Like, I want to like push like that back. Like, I don't want to have to worry about that. So, you know, summer is like full of like fun and like free and just like, yeah. and I was definitely living in that. And I still am, you know, it's a process. But I think, I think for me, being honest, well, something that I took, how I was able to be honest with myself was just like, look myself in the mirror. And that shit sounds so cliche and it just sound like, girl, bye. But like, yeah.
It's real tea though.
That's real, like that's true tea. It's really like, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and like be honest with yourself and confront yourself. Like, bro, you've been drinking too much, or you've been smoking too much, or you've been having sex too much, or especially sex with the wrong people, or you've been surrounding yourself around people who are low vibrational. You got
that low vibrational glass.
Okay.
I won't touch that.
Okay. You know, like you over here doing low vibrational shit. And it was actually, it's crazy, like on my way here, I literally was like listening to a song and I would like burst out in fucking tears. Aww. And I was just like, Kyla, like you have really, like this summer, like you just really let yourself go. Like you really was just not honest with yourself. Like you got into a relationship that just wasn't like fruitful, and like you knew that it wasn't gonna be fruitful. And you know, like I've lost like, you know, some friends along the way and things like that, just because of like me, you know, like not being able to sit with something first before I like speak on it. You know, so I speaking on shit that like I'm not super knowledgeable on too. I feel like that's definitely a way of like self-sabotage and things like that. So yeah, my biggest thing, I would just say, like, just sit with yourself, you know, like, that is hard. Like, trust me, I know, like, I'm still, like, going through the motions of that, but, like, understand that nobody's going to take care of you like you. And we spoke on that, like, nobody can make you happy but you. This man can pick up the world and hand it to you, my love, and say, here you go, here is the world. But if you don't feel happiness within yourself, like, that shit is not gonna matter. You're still gonna find something wrong with the world that he just fucking gave you. Like,
and bitch, we saying this because we living it right now. We living it right now. We are doing the work to like dig ourselves out of that shit because it's not fun. It don't create a happy person. You know.
And for a long time, I have not been a happy person because I was not honest with myself. And transitioning into like being honest with other people, I feel like sometimes I can be a little too honest with people to where it's like it just wasn't necessary, and it wasn't like my delivery wasn't the best, you know, and I could have delivered like my message to that said person better. So just like being gentle with other people. But I feel like a lot of those things like are just me projecting because I'm not honest and I'm not like happy with myself within myself. So I'm like, I'm like, girl, this is how you need to do it, and this is how you. When
whole
really,
time, girl, you need to turn them eyes on you. Like,
this is what I need to be telling myself.
Like, I relate to that so bad.
Yeah,
like, for sure.
So yeah, that's I think it's just sitting with yourself. That shit's gonna be hard. It's a fucking journey. But it can be done. Mm-hmm. So.
And it will be if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It definitely will be if you wanted to. Like.
What about yourself?
For me, my honesty journey. It's been honesty. I don't know. Hey yo. Child. Honestly, my honesty journey has been it's been hard. Mm-hmm. Because I think that honestly, like, being honest with yourself it's a hard pill. You know, it's hard to do, and it's like, but the beautiful thing about it is, like, once you get honest with yourself, it's easy. You know, but I feel like that first time that you honest with yourself, like, you look yourself in the mirror and be like, bitch, you got a problem. You got a problem. You know what I'm saying? And big thing with me with honesty is prayer. Like, even, I'll be honest with you, like, even when, you know, when your friend had called, she was like, I can't live without you. Bitch, you know, that aggravated me. But But I had to think about it to myself. Like, first of all, Io, you have had so many friends over the years that you have befriended and, like, become close with. Like, Kyla never made a big deal out of it.
Oh, trust me, I was jealous. I said, you trying to be my best friend.
Oh, so why you ain't say nothing? Oh, yeah, no, you need to be a bitch, because now I feel like, but
stay with fucking friends. I'm like,
but I'm just an outgoing ass bitch.
She is.
So yeah, but I just had to check myself, like, girl, you need to just relax. Yeah. You just need to relax. Like, at the end of the day, you and Kyla friendship is solid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. So it's like, what is there to really be mad about? Like, her friendship with somebody else doesn't represent the absence of y'all friendship. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like, I prayed about it in the shower. It's like, God, just take that out of my heart, because I don't even want to feel no shit like that, because I'm a grown-ass woman. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just that honesty with myself right there was very candid and just open and honest with myself. And it's like, being able to just chill. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, God got everything. He working everything out the way it's supposed to be worked out, you know? So it's like, just relax. Yeah. Relax at the end of the day, you know? But yeah. But I think that's a best friend thing in general, though. Yeah. Like, we just overprotective about our best friends. Like, that's just a girl's thing. Mm-hmm. But yes, and it's just like, just being honest with myself. Like, it's so many things I've had to be honest with myself about, but I'm grateful that I've been able to, and, like, get over those humps. But it's still something that I struggle with as far as honesty. And, like, now that I'm getting more used to and more comfortable with being honest with myself, it's easier for me to be honest with other people. But like that man. That man. Like, it was like last night, like, when we had that talk or whatever, like, I had to just say how I felt, you know. But now I'm realizing that, like, with myself, I can be gentle and I can be honest with myself, and that's how I want to be with other people. Yeah. I want to be gentle with my honesty. I don't want to just say, because I've seen it work against me so many times. Like, I don't want to be so, yeah. Now, bitch, if I'm talking to you, if I'm talking, like, to, like, my really close friends, like Kira and Maya, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, bitch, you're bugging. Yeah. You need to tighten the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And, like, and I don't mind if y'all do that to me too, because, like, y'all my friends, you know? But it's like, just when I'm getting to know people, like, I gotta just, you know, and just also understand other people's personalities. Everybody don't take harshness the same way, you know? So it's like, girl, so it's like, I gotta really ingrain that in my head. Bitch, I'm a Sagittarius moon, so I'm just like, I'm fire, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of run off at the mouth a little bit, and I want to just tone that down because in the past I've had a time of having like a very sharp tongue, and I don't want to be like that no more. Yeah. I value the people in my life right now. I really value y'all. So it's like I want to continue to maintain that value and not minimize it to anything else just because I don't know how to be honest in a gentle way, you know. Not that I'm sugar, because I ain't sugarcoating shit. Okay, so, but I think that being honest takes bravery. So, like, I'm really proud of us on that. Yeah, give me a 5, bitch. Yeah.
We see
each other. So, honestly, like, takes bravery, you know, and bravery, courage, you know, and I've always seen you as a very brave person. In the back in the day, you was very timid and like shy, but like seeing your growth over the years, with you just like being braver and like more courageous, and like seeing you like speak your mind a little bit more. You know, all of us are a work in progress, but like just from who I am and like from the seat that I've had in your life, like it's been amazing to see. So how has your journey with being courageous and brave being, and like big up yourself a little bit, like talk about how proud you are of becoming more brave and courageous in your life.
Thank you, friend.
You're welcome, bitch.
I like that. Yes. So, you know, if y'all know me from way back when, you know, I grew up, and it's crazy because like my mom, my dad, you know, like they're super like vocal and like they speak their minds, and like they don't, you know, they like, this is what it is. If you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm gonna speak how I want to speak. But for me, I always felt like I just had this sense of like being able to feel others' emotions. Like as just like a young kid, you know, I just remember like if my mom, you know, was talking to somebody and like they had like this debate about something, and like, you know, my mama reading them the filth. Like I could just like feel like that person's energy, like
it's a little scattered on the inside.
Yeah, you know, it's like damn, you know. And I'm not gonna make it seem like my mom was like this, like but like she's
caring, so she gonna be passionate about what she's talking about. If I care about you, I'm gonna tell you what it is and what it
simple.
ain't.
And that's how Ayo is, like that's how you are, you know, with us, like with your friend group too. So you know, I just always just I don't know, like I just always just felt bad for people, and I never wanted to like make people like I don't know, just feel away. Even if like that means I had to like dim my light a little bit, you know, like I would do that. And like, you know, growing up and like getting, you know, into middle school and like high school and stuff like that, you know, just sort of became like my identity, you know. I just sort of just allow people to like dim my light, or I would dim my light for other people to allow them to shine, because you know, I don't know why, guys, you know, it's just something within myself that, you know, I have to work on. But now, you know, now that I'm an adult, you know, it's just certain shit like I'm not going for. Simple as that. Like, bitch, the nice Kyla is out of here, you know. So
argue with y'all, mammy.
Yeah, not me. So I think that process was just to identify that like I was a simp ass bitch, you know, and I allowed people to shit on me too many times. To now it's just like I'm not going for it, you know. And the biggest part is just because I know like I don't deserve that. Like I don't nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves to be shitted on or, you know, like belittled in any type of way. So I think for me, growing into this person that I am today, it took a lot of, like you say, just like bravery, you know, like speaking up for myself and saying like, I'm not comfortable with this, or this is something that I don't want to do. Like, no, I don't want to do this. Or I don't. No, bitch, you can't borrow my clothes. Or no, bitch, you can't, you know, like little shit like that. It's hard in the beginning because, you know, a lot of people, they'll be like kind of taken back, like, but you used to let me do this, and a lot of people are not used to change, and they're afraid of it. Like just like me, I was afraid to like be this more assertive person.
I like that. Y'all. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. But yeah, now like I'm 26 years old. So, girl, if you still letting people run you over,
go to church.
Baby, you need some soul searching. You need to really like figure out what it is within yourself that makes you feel like you have to please people who don't genuinely give a fuck about you. Yeah. Like, and that was really my true tea. Like, I befriended people who were bitches to me, who like treated me like shit, literally, And like now that I'm an adult and like now that I look back at like that person that I was like, I could never ever allow myself to be in a space of like this weak form or like this weak like vessel, because I'm not that, like none of us are that, like we all have the resilience, we all have that power to like speak up for ourselves, and I always been taught to speak up for myself. But I created this different like character for myself. I don't know why I was this different character for myself, just to be liked. And I think that was like the key point of it. So, like now that I'm older and I'm able to like identify like these horrible qualities and like characteristics that I have like created for myself over the years, it's like, I gotta change.
Tighten up.
I gotta tighten up all the way, and I don't give a fuck who don't like it, girl. Goodbye.
You see that door?
Bye.
I'm gonna open it. Listening. You see that door? I'm gonna open that bitch up. You're gonna walk out, and I'm gonna slam that bitch so hard I might tear that bitch off the hinges.
Bye, boo. And you're mad about it.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
So yeah.
Oh, my bad. What you mean?
That answered the question, right?
Yes, ma'am. It sure did. It's so crazy because I want to like piggyback off of that, because I remember when like I first met Kyla, we was like, when we first started getting close, it was like your birthday. You had a birthday at your house, and bitch, I don't even remember. But I think I remember like you being friends with like other people, and like I would see how they would like be on that type of time too, and
bitches will use me too.
Facts. And I think I peeped that, and it made me feel uneasy. Yeah. Because I was just like, this is a nice girl. What is y'all doing? But I also had my own ways within myself where I'm like, what am I trying to say here? Like within myself where it would make me understand like, oh, it would be easy to get over on her, but I would never want to do that. Yeah. Because that would make me, bitch, I had a very deep understanding of karma as a young person. Yeah. So, I always just made an effort to period, bitch. Okay. And I'm not a perfect person, so I've had my, I'm a villain in a few people's story. I don't give a fuck about it. Cause I done dealt with it. I'm not out here for my health with it,
Am I the
drama? Yeah. But like at the same time, it's like, bitch, you my best friend, so I'm gonna always come correct when it come to us. Like, I'm gonna correct myself, bitch, cause cause bitches be trying through. But it's just like, you gotta be able to recognize that shit, cause that shit, it don't make you feel good. First of all, being no bully ass bitch don't make you feel good. Being no bitch that want to get over on people don't make you feel good. Like, I done been through my fair share of bitches that been like that too. Mm-hmm. And it's like, bitches used to use me so that they could look good in their groups. Like, just weird ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that we trauma bonded. Yeah, just like, and if we is, but I think that's so. I just like going back to what I was saying, like how I saw you like evolve from that person like to a point where like I feel like I woke up one day and you was just no longer that bitch. Yeah. Like you just was like, I got boundaries, and that's just what it's gonna be. But it was easy for me to fall in line because I wasn't no slimy ass bitch. So it's like ever. So like, I don't know, it was just very rewarding to like see you go through like that that metamorphosis. Yeah, it's giving caterpillar, now you're a butterfly. Yeah. And you know, you got this butterfly, she's not even done growing. So like that's really the Tia Tamara, you know? Get with it or get loud. And yeah, and I think that's just like really beautiful. But as far as like bravery for me, I think that me being able to like be in solitude was brave for me. Yeah. Because I feel like I always wanted to like be liked by people. And understandably so, we human. Yeah. Like everybody want to be somebody. Mm-hmm. Everybody want to belong in some type of shit, you know. And I feel like before us, like I feel like I didn't really fit in nowhere, you know. And like after you, I started making friendships where I did. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's brave of me to be able to sit with myself so I can see where the fuck I'm going wrong at. Absolutely. You know? And see where I can be better to myself. And now I'm like in a space where I'm being brave enough to like want to be a friend to myself now, because I want to be a better friend to my friends, because who the fuck want to be 70 and alone? Word to Drake. Oh, not me. Mm-mm. Cat lady. I want a cat though. Do you? No. I don't want to see you having a cat. No. What you want a cat? I do. I want a cat. I want. You know they say cats are like intuitive, demonic. Yeah. Because they are. They said something about like cats like sucking the baby breath out of them. I don't know. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Don't quote me. Don't piss me the fuck off. Sorry to the cat people. That'll piss me off. But yeah, like I'm just in a space where like I'm being brave enough to just fully fully put the effort in to step into my fucking power, because it's so much power that lies dormant in me. But it's like the only way I'm gonna wake that shit the fuck up is if I actually be brave enough to actually get in tune with it and get in touch with it. So like that's where my bravery journey is. Like I remember myself being a passive ass bitch, just going for any and every fucking thing, just like piggybacking off of what you said, like just allowing people to run over me because they see like, bitch, I'm gonna take care of you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And just on a soul level, like I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna fuck with you. But it's like now I'm in a space where I don't give a fuck about taking care of nobody but myself, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's a beautiful fucking thing, because why not? Because, you know.
And I want to say something too, because a lot of people can't fucking, like, they can't admit that. They can't admit that, like, they was like a pushover, or like they let people like get off on them, or they let certain shit slide in their lives. But like for me, that's a part of my fucking journey. Like I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh, it didn't fucking happen. Yeah. Because like then I'm lying to myself. Like going back to the honesty thing. Mm-hmm. Be honest with yourself. Like be real with yourself. Like that was a part of your journey, but that does not define who you are. Like you know? So I just feel like going back to the honesty thing, like being honest with yourself. Like if you let a lot of things slide that you feel like shouldn't have fucking slide, like okay, sit with yourself and be like, yo, like bitch, I was on one. But you know what? That's okay. Like, I won't let that shit happen ever again.
Now I'm on 20.
Every time. So, be real with yourselves and just be real, because, yo, like, nobody. It's gonna get you over everything in life. And nobody is gonna be able to do it for you, because nobody lived that specific journey that you did, you know?
But you, bitch.
But you.
God gave you that journey for you, not for nobody else. And also, I feel like being brave is like a way to like give back to yourself. Like being courageous is like an act of self-love, like giving back to yourself. And honestly, being brave is allowing other people to see you be walking your truth. Be brave with yourself, have the courage enough to really step fully into your power. So it's like that's giving, and I feel like that is like a way to give to yourself, and then it'll reflect on the outside. So how do you feel like you've given back to yourself, and how that has like reflected to the outside, even like just on your femininity journey on a macro level and on a micro level?
Yes. Okay.
I just made that shit sound good, y'all. Just, really, basically, what the fuck I'm asking is, how do you give back to yourself, and how do you give back to other people?
I give back to myself by just loving on myself. And what I mean by that is, I know some people's minds may be in the gutter, but not like that.
It could be that too, though.
Yeah, it could definitely be that. But like, bro, and I know I feel like it's like repetitive, like we're kind of saying the same thing, but it's like really true. Like, really taking the time to love on you. I feel like a lot of times I showed so much hate for myself because when I looked at myself in the mirror, I didn't like who I saw. I didn't like the person that I was or the person that I was becoming, So it's so easy to be cruel to yourself. It's so easy to like throw stones at yourself. Like, and it's like, bro, like we already get that enough just as Black women. So like, damn, like bitch, like you
easing up a little bit on yourself. Loosen up.
Just a tad bit. For me though, I think a way of just like giving back to myself is like loving on my family. Like, I love my grandmother,
Yes.
I love my mom. Like, I'm rebuilding like my relationship with my dad, like those things, like people who know me to my core, like I love just giving them everything that I feel like they need and that I feel like they will appreciate. So doing that, going out with them, spending time with them, being just being a light for people. I feel like because a lot of people they don't have that. So just even taking the time to like talk to somebody in the store, like, oh my God, like you are so pretty. Like, we had an interaction with a young girl today who has Bell palsy.
Yes.
And that was just hard to see.
It was.
Just because you can tell, like, prior to her condition, that she was, like, just this beautiful, like, light spirited person. But
and she was, because I've gone to that restaurant before, so I've seen how bright she is. So it was just kind of like, it was hard to see that. It just made me feel terrible, Yeah.
But then, I don't know, just, like, telling them that they're beautiful, or like you don't have to explain like your condition or like what you what I'm saying, what you're going through, because that's not our business. And for people who feel like they need to fucking know, like, go fuck yourself. Like, what the fuck, No, but for real,
I get you. I'm just messing.
Like, go away, but yes, like, love on yourself, y'all, because when I tell you, life, like, people, like, we're already out here trying to fucking survive. Definitely. Bro. Like, everybody,
bruh, it's hard as fuck out here.
Everybody is trying to freaking survive out here. So it's just like, the least you can do for yourself is to be kind to yourself. To be kind to the people, even the people who wasn't kind to you. Like, still give them, like, my grandmother used to always tell me, like, the greatest revenge is to be kind. Is to be kind, even when these people are giving you their ass to kiss. I wish you nothing but the best, my love. Thank you, Mama.
Bumba.
We tried this out. This Bumba.
So, hey,
yeah. Did I answer that?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Did, definitely.
I keep asking, but
I'm gonna sit to that. I wish I had a little something, but I ain't got shit. Okay.
Should I get you a little?
No, let's wait, because we about done. We got like 10 more minutes left. Because that was it. That was the last part of it. But I love that answer. And it's so crazy because just giving, like, is such a huge act of service, And I feel like for me, I'm learning how to have boundaries with my giving, because I feel like I've always wanted to, like, give money and, like, give gifts, and, like, it showed me that people would take advantage of that shit, And I remember I was dating this girl, kind of dating her, but it just seemed like she just was always expecting me to, like, do for it. And I'm like, bitch, I'm a woman too. Like, bitch, I ain't no stud. Don't play with me. And even if I was a stud, bitch, I'm a woman. Don't play with me. So... But it was just like, after a while, I remember her telling me, like, she was like, people take advantage of that shit. Like, that kind of was a red flag to me, because it was like, bitch, you was doing the same thing to me. Like, you was really taking advantage of that. And it's like, that's why I don't try to take advantage of people. Like, put forth the effort to know, like, this is not me taking advantage of you. Like, I want it to be not really equal, because, like, if you a man, you a man. You a man, you a man. But
you know it needs to be done.
Right, but I don't want to suck people dry, because that's not who I am, you know? But yeah, like that, I'm learning that. Like, I'm learning how to have boundaries in that area, because I just don't want to suck myself dry trying to give to other people and make them feel like they more important than me. But you're not more important than me. God love me just like how he love you. So, like, let's talk about how we can make this a mutually beneficial exchange, you know? And that's like my whole thing with giving right now. My whole thing with giving right now is just like, just making shit equal and fair. And like, I'm big on fairness. Yeah. I'm big on fairness. So it's like, just making shit equal and fair. Like, nobody leaves a situation drained. You know, even in my podcast, my business, my brand, like, I don't want to overshare myself to where it's making me feel like I'm drained at the end of it, or people listening to my podcast and they feel drained when they walk away. I don't want that shit. Yeah. You know, like, it got to be an equal exchange, bitch. Like, I'm giving out what I can give, what I've healed from, what I've not healed from, but just worked through enough and processed enough to where I feel like I can share, and share with other people, and they can feel like they are gaining something from my podcast, and, like, you know, just stuff like that. So yeah, y'all, this is you love it? I loved it. Okay, so let's hear one last thing from you. How do you feel your first podcast experience was?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest, I was a little nervous. Really? Yeah, and not because of you. Oh, it's just because like, you know.
Okay, yeah. It's just something different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
you did great though.
Yeah, I hope that I don't know. I hope that I didn't like.
Don't do that. Don't second guess yourself. That college shit.
Yeah. It's hard. I just hope that I wasn't like super repetitive or like just kept saying the same thing, you know. And I hope that I was like able to like really get my point across the best way that I can. Sure. And just for people to like truly like just understand, you know, where I'm coming from.
Yeah. They gonna relate, Kyla. Like, because I feel like we're a lot alike, but we're very different at the same time. So people gonna relate to what you said, and they're gonna relate to what I said in a different way. So it's like, give yourself props for that. Understand that, like, bitch, you got this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm just so proud of Ayo. You know, like, she has truly just metaphors. What's the word? Like, just, I don't know. What's the word? Like, you just
metamorphosized?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's the
We're going to say what the fuck we got to say.
Okay. She just blossomed into this beautiful, like, person who is just so just charismatic, and
thank you, bestie.
Just everything that you speak and everything that you touch, like, it's just beautiful, and it just turns to fucking gold. And my bitch is just that girl, you know. But I'm just so happy to be just a part of this, you know. Of course. This is podcast number
18, girl.
Okay, I thought it was 17. Okay.
We already did 17.
Okay. Excuse me. I was close. But like, I'm just so happy to be a part of, you know, this journey for you, and you know, it's only going up from here. And
definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing another one.
We are definitely. And don't ever get it fucked up, because me and my good sis, like, we're gonna do another one while she's here, but like, when I go back and see her, we're gonna do another one again. So yeah, we don't know. Maybe this could turn into another opportunity. We don't know. We always leaving room for God to surprise us. Okay. So
I love when you say that.
Yeah, we always leave room for that. But thank you so much for coming on the show. I greatly appreciate you. Like, bitch, I'm blushing. My heart is like it's pulsating. So cool. It's pulsating. You know, oh yeah, okay, America's sweetheart ass bitch. But yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you for sitting in. Like, this has just been a very magical experience, in my opinion. And I think, like, we're just very similar in a lot of ways. So I just feel really good and, like, very complete and whole with somebody that's on the show with, like, kind of like the same temperament and same, like, just way that I see things a little bit. Yeah. So thank you for being on the show and giving the girls, like, a different perspective. And just showing who you are, bitch, because you're a beautiful ass individual, and, like, life is only gonna get even better for you. Like, I'm so proud of you and everything. Make sure y'all follow her on Instagram at, what's your business page?
Yes, so my business page is KYXSKN_. And then you can follow my personal Instagram. It is Kai the Don. That's KYTHEDON_.
Okay, and then y'all don't forget to follow me on Instagram at AYONAIMA_. And then on TikTok, AYONAIMA_OAFA. And then my email, you know, if you just want to suggest things, suggest new topics, ask me some questions, brand deals, you know, we manifesting that. AYOWALTON0@gmail.com. And thank y'all so much for tuning in with me and my best friend. This is the 17th episode of On Assignment for Alignment. It's just crazy. 18th. Yeah. Okay. 18, 17, it's one of them. So, yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in once again. This is amazing, and I can't wait for this episode to go up. Love y'all. TTY, yeah. Love you.
Love you.